Episode 21, The Pressure Paradox. Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us as we explore the fighting game genre. Every tournament participant will tell you that playing in a tournament is a very different experience from playing casually. Unlike a casual setting, a tournament match is often accompanied by strong discomfort and stress, which can hinder your performance. The rising popularity of competitive online play has recreated this phenomenon within the supposed comfort of your own home. During ranked play, some players often experience ladder anxiety, so this problem is somewhat inherent to any competitive game. Tournament nerves are a huge topic that can be explored from many angles and a variety of approaches. What we want to do here is try to understand the problem on a much deeper level. So ask yourself, it's just a video game, and video games are supposed to be fun, so why am I so stressed about it? We believe most of you will eventually come up with a similar answer. Because it's important to me. Because the game is important to you, you dedicate time and effort to improve at it, so you perform better. But because the game is important to you, you also get more nervous in a tournament match, compared to a person who is less invested. That is the pressure paradox. Giving a damn leads to increased performance, but it also hinders performance at the same time. Now, let's dig even deeper. Why is this so important to me? Why did I enter this tournament? Why did I start playing an online ranked match? Why am I competing against others in a video game? Let's try to answer this from a biological perspective. For example, why do I find sugary and fatty foods tasty? Because your body operates based on behaviors that were beneficial for the survival and reproduction of your ancestors. But over many years of evolution, these behaviors became decoupled from their original goals. So you like fat and sugar, even if they aren't a scarce priority today as they used to be in the distant past. Now imagine your distant ancestors. They lived in groups and evolved to cooperate in order to survive better. But even within each group, there were still opposing interests among its members. Everyone wanted to attract the best mate they could get, and best often meant who could ensure collective survival. Even within a cooperative group, there is competition amongst each other to establish who is better than the other, and so on. This is called intrasexual competition. But like with the food example, over time the competitive urge developed a life of its own. It can take many forms and creates various types of status hierarchies, all centered around signaling your worth in a specific way. The strongest, fittest members of the collective could abuse their power, maintaining dominance through violence and fear. Or they might use their power in more altruistic, productive ways, like taking down dangerous prey and sharing food and glory with the group. Oftentimes, groups tend to gravitate towards the more altruistic displays of worth, since it improves survival overall. Human societies are similar. In some situations, people may try to improve their own status by degrading or harming others. But usually, society provides other competitions to take part in, ones that can be productive, or at least not harmful to your surroundings. So instead of being the best at inflicting violence, you show your worth by becoming a successful engineer, or an amazing basketball player, or by being able to draw beautiful art, or by finishing Devil May Cry on the hardest difficulty with an S rank on all missions. This may be one of the reasons that, as correlative studies have shown, as video games become more popular, violence goes down. When given a choice to satisfy the urge to compete between something dangerous and something safe, most people go for the latter. The point of this story is that signaling one's worth was crucial for your ancestors' survival, and once you decided that success in an endeavor is important to you, your body mistakenly treats this as if your survival is on the line. One example. Among male chess players who are competing in a tournament, testosterone levels rise for the winners of a match and drop for the losers, an effect that is also observed after a physical fight between two male animals. Another example. Female tennis players experience a rise in testosterone and cortisol merely from the anticipation to an upcoming league match. Both examples show that despite the lack of physical activity or real danger, your body may still treat any competition as an event that influences your survival. Understanding the biological reasons that cause your tournament nerves can take away some of their mysterious power over you, and it allows you to start distinguishing between actual problems and the scary or judgmental thoughts you have about them. I put so much time into this, so what does it say about me if I still lose? What will others say about me if I lose? Thoughts like this make your problems seem much bigger than they really are, and trying to resist or avoid this unpleasantness only makes it stronger. An approach to this from Buddhistic philosophy would be an acceptance of your situation for what it is, without being judgmental about it. The unpleasantness will always be there, and by accepting it without resistance and self-criticism, you can slowly learn to function alongside it. Another thing you can do is to be mindful of your posture. The mind affects the body, but the body also affects the mind. When you sit or stand with your shoulders forward, your body mistakes this as a scared, defensive position. It also produces extra stress on your muscles and the ligaments in your spine. The result is that negative emotions and competitive nerves become even worse due to this bad posture. On the other hand, if you sit or stand with your back straight and your shoulders back, not only do you reduce the physical strain, but your body also sends signals of confidence and security back to your mind. With this posture, it can feel as if your upper body is immune to any arrows shot your way, and all your troubles may seem less threatening. It sounds like a small thing, but it can have a big impact. So whenever you feel competitive stress, try fixing your posture and see if it helps. Lastly, it would also be helpful to reframe the situation. Think about the multiplayer game as if it were a single-player game with some cooperative elements. It's all about your personal journey to become a little better than who you were yesterday. Some days it will work, and some days it still won't. And that's fine as long as you stay on the path. And the more you push through your limits, the more fun and satisfying the game becomes. Other players are like weights at the gym. They provide resistance that helps you become stronger, and you help them in a similar manner. You can't learn to play better in tournaments without going out there and participating in them, and every tournament is practice for the next one. While we barely scratched the surface, and so much more can be said about the proposed approaches, we hope that they can at least help you cope with the stress better, learn more effectively, and have more fun when competing in a tournament. After you've tried it, or a different approach that worked for you, feel free to share your experiences in the comments below, and subscribe for more episodes. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. 何が出るかな